Hello there, it's Graeme here, Black73 Cat. Hope you're all well, guys, and welcome back. So today I'm going to attempt my first inbox review. That's a bit scary. Why I'm qualified to do an inbox? Well, I'm not qualified to do an inbox review. I've only built 5 models, for goodness sake. Who am I to judge on whether a model is going to be decent by opening the box? But what I'm going to do is essentially open a box with a model in, show you some of them, show you the parts that's inside it, try and tell you a little bit about the kit, and so we'll call it an inbox review for all intents and purposes. The other reason I'm a little bit cautious about that is because coming from a sort of a photography, tech, video gaming sort of background, I've never really understood the concept of unboxing videos. You know, you get somebody buy a new video camera and they like record it on YouTube, or they open the box and they take it out and they go. So you get a camera and you get some leads and you get some instruction books and you get a battery. Okay, well, if I didn't get that a lot, I'd be taking it back to the shop and asking why. So I've never really understood the unboxing videos to that degree. I've even seen people open a video game, and there's nothing in a video game these days. If you're lucky, you'll get like a discount voucher or an advertisement for another video game that's coming up soon. And you don't get like the full like instruction book that you used to get. It's all online most of the time. But you even get people that like unbox a video game for like an Xbox. They take the cellophane off and open it up and go, "There's a disc." Okay, thanks. That's really needed that. So anyway, unboxing videos have never really sat all that comfortably with me. So when I started modelling and I saw these like inbox reviews coming up, I thought, oh no, that's a bit daft. But actually, it makes perfect sense because you can't see what's inside the box and you don't really know what to expect. When you buy a video camera, you know you're going to get a video camera. You know you're going to get some wires. You know you're going to get an instruction book. And there's pretty much, without looking at specifications, you know what's coming out the box. Whereas with the model, it's very different because they're all very, very different. You're looking at some comparison videos. I was actually watching Brett, High Altitude Scale Modeling. He was doing a comparison video on the Bolt and Paul Defiance, an Airfix one and a trumpeter kit, and the difference between the two is phenomenal. So you know, I can get the point now. I understand why we do these inbox reviews. It does make sense. So anyway, shall I stop waffling and start talking about model? Oh, but first, what I'll do, I'll tell you how I got this model. So it's a Meng, Meng. It's a German main battle tank. It's a Leopard 1 A5, and I got this free. It was free, didn't cost me a bean, and I got it because I was watching the International Scale Modeler, International Scale Modeler live show on YouTube on a Friday night, 7:30 UK time. Well worth joining in if you've never watched it before. Generally a really good show. It goes on most of the evening till sort of 11:30 midnight usually. Lots going on, lots of chat going on in the side on the live chat, so you can ask questions if you want any modelling related questions you want to ask. There's a bit of banter going on there, a bit of chit chat. Generally a good laugh. They have guests on being interviewed. Last week they had Malcolm from Models for Heroes. I'll mention Models for Heroes in a minute. That was a really good interview, actually, really good to get an insight into the workings, if you like, of Models for Heroes as a charity. And you also get Tim doing a rundown of all of the upcoming kit releases and that kind of thing, which is really helpful if you're looking for. Every week I'm adding another little tick to my list of want to build kits. I can't remember which one it was this week. There was something caught my eye this week, and I can't remember what it was now. And you also get Dan. We'll have a look if you're on the Facebook group at International Scale Modeler on Facebook, or if you're on the forum at intscalemodeler.com, you can upload your photographs of what you've been working on that week there, and Dan will have a look at them for you. Do a little bit of gentle critique sometimes, but most often it's not praise. Maybe a couple of tips, a little bit of advice. But there are some fantastic work displayed on that section as well. And overall, it's just a damn good show. But they also do some giveaways every week. They give various prizes away, and there's no question, there's no quiz, there's no sort of challenge. All it is a lottery. Put your number in the side chat, choose a number, and then if that number gets drawn by an RNG, you've won. And I won. Now, this particular kit was one of a pair. There was another one, and I can't remember what it was on that particular night, but these were donated to the show by Nikki Ward from Veteranous Models, veteranous.co.uk or Veteranous Models on Facebook. Well worth checking out. Get some great deals on kits from there. And if you're after a specific kit as well, if you give Nikki a shout on that Facebook group, she'll quite often try and get it for you. So yeah, well worth checking out Veteranous Models. But that's who donated this. So thanks very much to Paul and the guys at the ISM live show. Really appreciate it. And thanks very much to Nikki, Veteranous for donating the prizes. I am so happy. Now then, as much as I said in my previous video that I was all about building aircraft now, I can't resist building this. I've had a look through the box. I did attempt to do an in-box review the other day, but my cameras were all messed up. If you watch my previous video, camera quality was appalling, especially on the overhead shots. It was just terrible. I tried changing a few things around and tried to record an inbox review of this the other day. Same thing happened. It just went absolutely horrible. So I've had to sit down and do a load of research. I'm now using the Logitech webcam as the one you're looking at now. And I've got my Sony camcorder as the overhead cam here. I've played with the settings on the webcam, so hopefully I should be getting a decent frame rate now and better image quality. And I've played around with the settings on the camcorder a little bit and also the settings in my editing software. So hopefully this time I should get a watchable video out of it. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So yeah, apologies for all the clutter you can see around me. I'm getting so cramped in this in this bench now, but the man cave is on its way. Should be about 26th of June. Should be about 4 weeks, hopefully, and it should be here. I can't wait, I tell you, because I am getting so cramped here now. That's why there's just stuff everywhere. What I'm going to do, actually, a few of the other guys from ISM have just been doing bench tours, and I initially thought, oh yeah, I'll do that when I get my cave, all fitted out. But actually what I think I might do is do a quick bench tour as it is, because it'd be really good just for me to look back on in, hopefully in about 6 months time when I've got my cave all fitted out and everything all nicely organised. It'll be good to look back and see just what I was trying to work in before I got my my big huge shed. Anyway, I am going to shut up now and I'm going to try and tell you about this lovely model. So yeah, you have to excuse me, I'm struggling really badly with hay fever, so if I sound like I'm snuffly and my voice is all croaky, I'm really sorry. Pollen count's sky high and it's red hot, so I'm struggling a little bit. So I'm going to try and do some swanky editing, and I'm going to try and switch you onto this camera, and hopefully you'll get some nice, clear, watchable footage of this lovely model kit. So after 3, 1, 2, 3. Hello. So here we go then. Now, like I say, apart from my failed attempt earlier at the end of last week, I've never done this before, so bear with me if I get anything wrong. If there's anything else you want me to do in future, please let me know in the comments below. I am aware, however, that I have got some comments to reply to. I do apologise. I meant to do it last night and I got sidetracked by other things, but I am on it. I will reply to your comments, I promise. I'm just sometimes a bit slow to do it. Anyway, shut up, Graham. Start talking about the model. So, German main battle tank, Leopard 1A5. Lovely box art on the front, which I really, really like. Also, there's a little smiley face drawn on the side of the tank, which I think is quite sweet. So what do we say? Realistic and movable torsion bar suspension. Cement-free workable double pin tracks are easy to assemble. Now these tracks look amazing. I'll show you them in a second, obviously, because that's what we're here for. I've watched a video, I think it was Sergio Solo did a video about about assembling the tracks, and it looks very intuitive how they go together, but it also looks quite laborious and time consuming. But I'm actually looking forward to it, strangely. I'm actually looking forward to putting these tracks together. I might not be saying that after sitting there for 3 hours going press, click, but they do look really, really good. They're the padded type with the big sort of pads or plates, whatever you call them on, which look really good. Now then, realistic TPE turret add-on armour. I really don't know what that means. I really don't know what that means, what the TPE is. Initially I thought it was photo etch, but it's not, because then below that it says precision photo etch parts. The only thing I can think of, you'll see in the instruction book in a minute, there's a, like, I think it's a smoke launcher that straps onto the barrel, which what TPE stands for I don't know, so answers on a postcard please. Clear lights and periscopes, which look really, really good. They are very, very clear. I'll show you the clear parts in a bit, but they are so clear. But how do I turn clear acrylic into looking like armoured glass? I think John at Sharpie's Models was trialing some stuff which might just do the job. So I'm very interested to see what the outcome was of that. Have a look at John's channel, Sharpie's Models, on YouTube, and you might just see. By the time this comes up, he might have uploaded some sort of tutorial-y type, how he does type thing about using this film he found to make the glass look armoured. Anyway, so that's it. So it's a 135 Tyrannosaurus series, which I guess is one of the Meng ranges, and the kit number is TS015. Product is for age 14 above only. Ready to assemble model kit. Cement and paint not included. This is not a toy. So what have we got in the box? Apart from the lovely box art on the top, there's another bit of art on the side, and that's depicting the 5th Company 74th Panzer Battalion from the German Federal Armed Forces at Altengrabau in the 1990s, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. I love these side skirts down here, the way they're sort of waved, and also that's going to hide the top of the track, so you don't have to worry about getting the sag right too much. But there are loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of parts to add detail to this. It looks absolutely stunning. Really does. That's the smoke generator fitted, or smoke launcher. I think it's a smoke launcher fitted on the top, or these could be the smoke launchers on the side. I don't know about these things. So yeah, anyway, it looks really pretty. Can't wait to see that fully assembled. If I can make it look anywhere near as pretty, I'll be happy. Nothing much on the side, just another bit of art, a little bit of information about the tank on the back, and a little bit of information about the kit. It's a Leopard 1A5. It was upgraded from the Leopard A1A1 by West Germany to rival the latest Soviet tanks of the 1980s. It's the last mass-produced upgraded version of the Leopard 1 family. It's installed with a modern fire control system, so it can fire 7 kinds of rounds, and its maximum firing range was up to 4,000 meters. The upgrade also includes the addition of turret add-on armor, which is this stuff, I assume, I don't know. Introduction of APF SDS rounds, which obviously some sort of armor piercing, going by the AP bit, and the modification of the hydraulic system of running gear and MBC protection system. So it entered service in 1987. It was also exported to Canada, Greece and Italy if you want to do it in a different country's decals. I did have a quick look on Scalemates actually, and I do think there are decal sets available for the other nations if you fancy doing that. The kit info is a 1/35th scale plastic model, blah blah blah. Builds up to 270 millimeters long and 97 millimeters wide. It says 2 precision PE frets of different thicknesses are provided for different details. 3 paint schemes are included. So there you go. And obviously it's from Meng in Hong Kong. So yeah, the other side is just another copy of the other end. So that's it. Turn it the right way up. So yes, let's have a look and see what's in the box. Okay, let's move this over to the side. I'm going to pull things out one at a time. Just turn that around, stick it down so it looks pretty. Right, so a lovely little book here. Now then, bear in mind, I've only built basic, quite old Airfix kits, and I'm building a Revel kit at the minute, and I've built the 2 old bits of Tamiya armour, which are the 1970s kits. So this is the first time that I've seen, shall we say, a more upmarket model kit that comes with a lovely little book, rather than, this is the Revel one I'm building at the minute, rather than just, you know, some black and white sort of stapled together sheets of A3. So yeah, it's nice to see a swanky instruction book. It feels like all grown up and stuff, you know. Opening the swanky instruction book. It's all nice and glossy. Hope that's not glaring back. No, it looks like it's okay. Let's put this extra bit of light on there. That's better. So first page of instructions in, I think that's Chinese, I believe. Then again in English, and then again in Japanese, possibly. I'm not really up on my Eastern languages. And then I would assume this one's Russia. So there's loads of information about the history of the tank there. Very informative, well worth a read. And now the instructions themselves. Well, you've got your safety notifications. Don't drink the glue. Don't poke tweezers up your nose. That kind of thing. And it says a little bit of an instruction of how to fit your decals. Doesn't mention anything about a gloss coat before. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, some people will get that reference. You don't need to gloss coat before you do decals. Let's just say that. You don't, honestly. I've tried it. It works. It's the future. Anyway, so, yeah, no, the instructions themselves, very intuitive, very easy to follow looking at them. I can't see me having any trouble at all in understanding how all this goes together. The only thing I would say about the layout of the instructions, because every single point is listed with four different languages, so it looks very busy on the page. And it takes a while to get your head tuned in to just looking for the English bits, especially when you've got sort of 4 or 5 different things going on the one section. But you know, on the whole, very clear, very concise, and they do look very easy to follow. So you've got your option here for your plastic engine grill or your photo etch engine grill. Why it said 2 thicknesses, I don't know, because there aren't 2 thicknesses. But yeah, so we'll get to that as I go through the instructions. It's just all very straightforward. Little instruction on how to assemble the tracks. I've seen a video on this, like I say, and it looks really, really good. I'll show you the jig and the tracks in a minute, but they look really simple to assemble, but like I say, quite laborious. And then there are loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of external accoutrements to add on just to enhance the detail. Yeah, there's a lot going on. This is a very, very busy kit, very busy indeed. Yeah, I'm looking forward to just taking my time with this and just sort of see, just let it sort of let it go. I'm not going to rush it at all, because yeah, I think I want to give this a good bit of attention. My first proper big boy kit. So now then, the towing cables. This is where's the little packet? There's a bit of string provided. I'm not sure if it looks in scale to me. I'm no expert on that. I will have to check and seek some advice. But essentially, the bit of string included, which you obviously glue onto the eyes, which are on the sprues. Yeah, I don't know. I might have to look at other options for that. It just looks a bit odd. It does look like Bowden cable or wire rope, if you like, because it's that same sort of detail. But I'll just have to be sure that it's in scale. I'll check that it's in scale. So then again, more little tiny components to go on, which I'm really looking forward to. Right, 2-piece barrel. Now then, the only tank I've built before, it wasn't a tank, it's a self-propelled gun, isn't it, the Stug? It was the Tamiya Stug 4, which also has a 2-piece barrel. That went together okay, but it did take quite a bit, and I still ended up with a little bit of a seam mark left behind. Seam line, sorry. Now, I'm getting better at removing seam lines using some sprue glue and some brushable CA glue from Bob Smith Industries. Put that in chat. So maybe I could do a better job with this, but I'm just wondering if there might be a metal aftermarket barrel available. And seeing as the kit didn't cost me anything, I could be tempted to shell out and buy a nice metal barrel for it. Although, looking at it on the sprue, it does look very, very, very detailed and really good. These are the optional parts here. Like I said, I don't know if this is a grenade launcher or some kind of smoke launcher or something, but there are optional parts to go on. I don't really understand what the TPE thing means, as I've already said. So yeah, I'll see. I'll have a look. I'll probably build it up and see if I can get away with it as the kit. If not, I might have a look and see if I can get an aftermarket barrel for it. I have seen there are some on ScaleMates, but I don't think they were available to buy anywhere. We'll have a look anyway. So yes, that's the barrel made up, going into the turret with the mantlet assembly and all that malarkey again. Loads more fittings to go on the top, and then you've got some sort of flexible armour going off, which wraps around all of this to give it some kind of protection. I'm not really sure on the correct terminology and stuff, but I'll show you on the sprues in a second. These little cartoons keep popping up, but obviously I can't read it because it's in sort of, I don't know, Japanese or Korean or something. But yeah, so you've got a little guy looking through, is he looking down a barrel or looking through the telescope? I don't know what he's doing. It doesn't really make any sense. and there's nothing sort of in English to sort of explain it either. And then there's another one here where it shows you about fitting this flexible armour plating around the outside, and then it looks like these guys are kicking it off. I don't understand. Answers on a postcard if you know what that's supposed to mean. But there you go. So yeah, on the whole, very intuitive, very easy to follow instructions. I'm looking forward to getting stuck into this now. It does look really, really, really good indeed. Certainly a step up in quality from the kits that I've built before, even just looking at the instruction book. Nice, well laid out sprue map. Again, much better than that Revel one I'm building at the minute, because that's just all over the shop. It's just a lottery trying to find parts with that thing. But this looks really, really clear. And it seems to all make perfect sense. And then obviously you've got your polycaps and your photo etch and your decals, which I'll come on to in a second. So painting guide, it lists Vallejo paints. Obviously I'll need a conversion chart because I will be using either Tamiya or Mr. Hobby Aqueous. So yeah, you've got three different colour callouts. Three different callouts. The camo patterns and the colours are all the same. It's just a different decal scheme on each one. So you just choose which one you prefer. But other than that, they are the same. So yeah, all very, very nice and very swish and very, very, very well done. So yeah, my first big boy set of instructions. So let's have a look at the model itself. Let's pop this. In fact, I'll pop this down here, out of the way. So we've got a fair amount of plastic here. Loads of plastic, in fact. Let's have a look here. Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, we've lost a bit. I noticed that was actually broken off when I was looking through the other day. It should be okay with a bit of tidy up. I don't think it's anything detrimental. I'll just put that over there for a minute. So we have most of it is individually bagged, which is nice to see. Again, having come from some Airfix kits where it's all just bundled into one. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then there's 4 identical ones in here for the road wheels. So there's 14 sprues, plus your clear parts, plus your PE and your decals, plus your upper and lower hull, some polycaps, and your turret. So yeah, there's a fair bit going on, a fair bit going on indeed. So let's see if we can work through it one bit at a time. Just put my laptop screen up. So big bit first, which is the upper and lower hull. Trying to stick my head in shot there. I do apologise if I did. Some polycaps, obviously, for the road wheels, and then the hull, which is stamped 2013. So there you go. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, it's 2013 if you're interested. Some very nice detail on here on these little bearing covers on the side here. Some very nice little fine detail around there, which is going to look lovely once it gets a wash on it. But that's pretty much all there is on the side. Obviously, most of this is going to be covered by the skirts and the wheels. But yeah, these little details on here are very, very nice indeed. It's all very well finished. There's no flash at all. It's very, very clean, and that goes right throughout this kit. I don't think I noticed one bit of flash at all when I was looking through it. So that's the lower part. The upper part is very well detailed as well. The only thing I would say, I've noticed quite a lot of these little scuffs on here, if you can hopefully see them. Yeah, it should be showing up in the light there. Quite a lot of these scuffs up on here, which I'm not really sure what that's all about. I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem once it's sprayed up, but I might just have to give them a little bit of attention with a UMP sander before I go to paint that. Just to, I don't know, it just looks like that could possibly show up. We'll see. Some nice little textured panels on the front here, sort of anti-slip sort of panels. Some lovely little bits of detail, and then of course all of the little holes for all of these extra ancillaries which are going to go on. So this is quite detailed as it is before we even start putting all the bits and bobs on it. So yeah, very nice indeed. Very nice. Feels very nice plastic as well. It just feels nice, and it doesn't feel too flimsy, doesn't feel too heavy. It just feels very, very nice, for want of a better word. So there you go. So that's the main hull, and then we've got the turret, which all of the fitting points for all of the external armor plating and that kind of stuff. One thing that really jumps out at me is a lot of these areas here have got some very, very, very fine. If I can, let's just pop that down there. Oops. If I can show you that, it's probably not going to show up too well against a green background, but I don't know if you can see it. There is some really, really nice fine welding detail around here. And that is right the way through the kit. Any of these components that would have welding on them, you can actually see the detail really well, and it's really well depicted, very fine, very, very nice indeed. So yes, that's lovely. Again, it feels very nice. There's no sort of issues with flash or anything like that, no sort of lines. There's no scuffing on this one at all. It just looks really, really nice. So yeah, that's all good. Let's pop this away as we go so I don't lose any bits. I'll put the lid down there and drop these in one at a time as I go. Don't want to lose that. Poly caps can go in there. Right, so we've got the road wheels here. Excuse the rustling. We've got the road wheels and other ancillaries. Now what I have noticed, there's no seam around the outside of these road wheels. They're smooth, so that's not going to take much cleanup. In fact, the kit itself all over isn't going to take much cleanup at all. There's almost no flash. It's going to just be very, very minimal, perhaps a quick waft over with a sanded stick here and there, but yeah, for the most part it's all clean as a whistle. Some nice detail on these hubs and stuff. That's the part that's dropped off. It's one of those that's been snapped off in transit, and just goes to show this is the only bag that has, oh no, two bags. One of two bags that has multiple sprues in it, and that's the one that ends up getting damaged. FX, take note. Don't shove them all in one bag. Yeah, but it is nice to see all of the parts in different bags. It really does sort of give you a bit more confidence. And like I said, that bit's not going to be any problem at all to clean up. So yeah, road wheels look really nice. Not too many of them either to put together, which is good. I haven't opened all of these bags, so this is some components, some grills, etc. I'll tell you what, let's open it, have a look inside. So yeah, you got your spare sort of tracker panels that try and keep you in shot, sorry, spare track panels to go on the front, and then some grills, and they look like something to do with the suspension, maybe, I don't know, but yeah, loads of little bits and bobs. Some nice detail on there, like even like on the background of that's really nice, and this here, some really fine detail on these. Very nice indeed. Very, very nice. I think I was trying to price up how much this kit was. I think it varies. I think it's between £40 and £50 depending on where you buy it from. So we've got more grills, more ancillary components here. Let's have a look. Oops. Missed. Again, two more grills or engine covers if you like, and lots and lots of really fine detail stuff. I can't get over the level of detail on this. It's pretty amazing. I probably wouldn't be saying that if I was like a bit more long in the tooth and I'd had a few more kits under my belt. But like I say, this is the first sort of big boy kit that I've had. So you know, I'm also like a bit blown away by the step up in quality, which I never expected, to be honest. I never expected it to be that great, a jump up. But even just going, you know, up one sort of stage, if you like, when you're talking like how much the kits cost to actually buy, it's not. It's a big difference in quality. Oh, just stabbed myself. Well done. New blade as well. Silly Billy. So, yeah, there's the plastic engine cover. If you don't want to use the PE one, the why you would want to do that, I don't know. And then the side skirts here, again, some lovely, lovely detail on there. Some really nice, fine detail all along the sides. Really good indeed. Very, very nice. I don't think I'm too badly wounded. I think I can carry on. It's just a scratch there. It's just a scratch. More sprues. These ones are all fairly small. I'm just going to grab a piece of tissue. Minor injury on set. I'll tell you what we'll do. Is I'll get a little bit of tape. And I'll just wrap that around my finger. There we go. There we go. It's not pretty, but it'll do. It'll do, won't it? There we go. Temporary plaster, bit of masking tape. Right, so be careful with knives, people. They're dangerous things. So, what we got here then? We've got the turret and the mantlet parts, which again are very nice. Nice canvas effect covers to go over the mantlet between the barrel and the turret, which looks really nice. Some good detail in there. Some nice creasing up of the canvas around the sides there. So that's going to be very nice. Again, once it gets painted up with a nice wash on it. That's the extra parts to go onto the barrel. Now, there is a little tiny bit of flash on these actually, which is the first I've noticed really. And then this sort of smoke launcher type thing. It's not very well lit here, is it? Was it just the way I'm looking? Oh, it's just the way I'm looking at this LCD screen. Silly Billy. So yeah, it's again lots and lots of detail. Very, very nice. Can't fault it. Look at that tiny little wheel there. Some sort of control valve wheel or something like that. It's just, I would, you know, that in an Airfix kit, that you'd be scraping around that with your knife, getting rid of loads of flash from it, and it's just no, it's nice, it's smooth and ready to run. Minimal cleanup required, which is awesome. So that's that one. Oops, let's open this a bit further. What else have we got? I'll put that down there in a second. So this is the flexible armory type stuff that goes around the top of the turret. It's really weird. This whole sprue is like ooh, bendy, flexy stuff. Never seen that before. It's really weird. It feels almost like rubber. So that's going to be interesting. I assume that will just stick with normal poly cement, or Tamiya extra thin, should I say? But I'll have to check. I'm sure it'll tell me in the intuitive instructions. If not, but that's really kind of, when I first took it out, I thought, "Ooh, there's something wrong here." But no, that's how it's supposed to be. What we got here? The hatches and the cupola for the top, and also the is it the 50 cal type machine gun to sit on the top as well. Yeah, again, some very nice detail. All very, very nice indeed. Some tiny little whatever they are. I should really know more about what all these components do, shouldn't I, really? But it's all a learning curve. Learned a load last night actually, chatting in the ISM hangout. I learned about some new aircraft, and I learned some bits about the Spitfire that I'm building and all that kind of thing. It's really good. Every day is a school day. Learning all the time. Learning all the time. Now let's try not to stab myself again. Again, more little... this is all the accessories to go along the side of the upper hull. Again, very little flash to deal with. Very nice detail. Yeah, more than happy with that. That looks really good. Even, I mean, the Tamiya kits that I built, you know, don't have a great deal of flash, but there was certainly some to deal with, whereas this is pretty non-existent on here. Exciting stuff. I'm probably going to have to start this. I'm probably going to start this in the next day or so, purely and simply because the Revel Spitfire kit that I'm building needs quite a bit of filling. So I'm putting sprue goo and CA glue and stuff on, which I want to sort of leave plenty of time to cure before I before I sand it back and things. So I might just start this and build the two together. I think that's probably what I'll do. Plus I'm quite excited to get started. So there's the barrel. Some very nice detail on there. Very nice detail indeed. And I can see when it's got those extra bits strapped onto it, it's going to look very, very, very good indeed. As long as there's not too much of an issue with the seam line. But having said that, looking at the crispness of the components on the sprue, I'm hoping that the seam's not going to be too much of a problem. Fingers crossed. We'll see. We will see. Quite soon, I hope. But yeah, nothing to worry me there. And then the last two in this packet are just the drive wheels and hooks and other little bits to fix the hull. Looks like that's supposed to be maybe a fuel tank sort of thing, possibly. Jerry can type thing. But yeah, all good, all very nice, all very crisp, very well detailed. Some lovely detail on here. Really nice detail on this cog here. All the little rivets and bolt heads and stuff in there look really, really nice. So yeah, happy days. Can't wait to start building it. Like I say, it's a big step up for me as a newbie. So yeah, very excited. Small steps, small steps. And then we have the clear parts, which are very, very clear. Like I say, I just need to work out or find out how to make this lovely clear acrylic look like armoured glass, but it's probably not going to show very well. But this is so clear. These little windows, if I can, let's have a look. See if I can use this for example. The little windows are just crystal clear. They really are. So nice. There's no sort of, I mean, considering how small they are as well, they're really good. The two little round ones on this side here, the camera's not really picking them up, but two little lenses, I don't know if they're headlight lenses or what, but they look absolutely, they look like glass. Really clear indeed. So yeah, that's really good. Like I said, I just want to try and get a good effect on the armoured glass bits, which shouldn't be too hard to achieve, I'm sure. I hope. So that's that. Oh yes, the P and the decals. Now then, what I have found on this, again, my first big boy kit, because these decals will be my first cartograph decals. Woo woo! Now then, I've heard lots of people talking about cartograph decals. These, I now understand why what all the fuss is about. These are absolutely gorgeous. They're so crisp. I mean, even the little small text there, which this camera probably won't focus on, but they're just so crisp and clean. They look to be very, very thin, and yeah, just lovely. So this is my first play around with cartograph decals. So yeah, yes, it's all new. It's all new stuff. So yeah, they look really good. And then we got, let's say, we got this bit of string to represent the tow cables, and we've got two little reflective plates for the mirrors, which look really nice. Again, very, very clear, and much better than trying to paint it with a bit of Tamirex 11 as I've done before. Two photo etch frets. You've got the engine cover. Oh, get that shot. The engine cover and a couple of sort of side grills, which I'll have to work out where they go. If I can take the glare off that packet. I don't want to take it out because I don't want to damage it. And then on the back, we've got some smaller bits which need folding, which I did notice as the instructions went through. So that's going to be my first attempt at folding photo etch as well. Really quite exciting and a little bit daunting, having never touched photo etch at all before. So again, more learning and more new experiences. So pop these carefully back in there. And then last but not least, the tracks. Now these do look to be really, really, really good indeed. I have to say, as much as it looks like it's going to be a laborious task, I'm very much looking forward to having a go at these. So, the armour that I've built before, the Tamiya Stug 4 and the Hanomag half track, just came with the little sort of vinyl tracks in the packet. These all come separate. 2 bags of track parts. These are all the pads that obviously make up the track assemblies, and then you've got these bits which are the sort of fixing bars, if you like. So these sort of lock in to hold all of the track pads in place, and then you've got this little jig here. Now watch this on a video, and you essentially sort of lay the padded sections down, and then you press fit these bars in across the top, and it holds it all together. And then these go every sort of few links. They seem to put one of these little, you can see those little crosses. Not really sure what they're for, what they're intended for, but they go in every sort of few links of track. So yeah, all very good. I'm really looking forward to this. It's the first time I've had sort of posh tracks in a box as well, instead of just a couple of bits of vinyl bands stuck in the bottom of a box, bottom of the actual kit box. So yeah, all very, very, very exciting stuff, and I can't wait to get started. On the whole, it just does look like a fabulous kit. It looks very clean, very well put together. Instructions look all intuitive. I haven't really got anything that I can pick fault with, other than, like I say, it's a little bit tricky to read maybe from having all the languages on each instruction point, but other than that, that's no great drama, and like I say, you soon tune out of it. I probably went all quiet there because I was bending down trying to pick this up. So there you go. So that is the Meng German main battle tank, Leopard 1A5. Very, very nice kit. Very, very nice. I can't wait to build it. So I'll bring you some updates as I go along. Like I said, I'm going to do some kind of a bench tour over the next couple of days. So I'll show you around what I'm working with, how I'm working in amongst all this really cramped space and clutter at the minute. And I'll also bring you an update on how my Spitfire is going. And once I start building this, I'll bring you some updates as well. I'm not going to attempt to do a build series just yet. I might get around to doing that in the future, but I will do some updates, hopefully quite regularly, to let you know what I'm up to and what I've been doing. So I'm really looking forward to getting started with this. Once again, massive thanks to the guys at ISM for the prize, and again to Nikki at Veteranus. Don't forget to check those guys out, please. Also, like I said many times already in this video, check out International Scale Modeler at intscalemodeler.com or International Scale Modeler on Facebook. All there, look. YouTube's, Facebook, Google's Plus. Just join. Oops, got that on camera. Facebook, YouTube, Google Plus. Join. It's free. Doesn't cost you a penny, but you will get loads back out of it. Loads of fun, loads of information. If you're uploading your work onto the Facebook group or the forum, there is no critique allowed unless you ask for it. So nobody's going to start trash talking on your work either. Unless obviously you want some constructive critique, then you can ask for it. But there's no bullying, there's no critique. It's a really friendly, really helpful place. Admin team are fantastic. So yeah, definitely check out International Scale Modeler. Certainly, I've moved on very quickly from learning from these guys, and the information I've had from that group has just been phenomenal. Also check out Models for Heroes, modelsforheroes.co.uk. Join the live show on YouTube this Friday night. We've got an auction happening where we are loads of us of regular members of ISM have contributed some model kits to auction, and whatever they sell for, it's all going to Models for Heroes. Malcolm at Models for Heroes is his email address. He has started this charity to help service personnel serving and veterans who are suffering with PTSD and other such mental illnesses. Really worthy cause. I'm ex-military myself. I'm ex-Royal Air Force, so it really means a lot to me. And also, I know the benefits of modelling. The way that modelling can just take you away from all of your troubles and just distract you is fantastic. And that's really what Malcolm is trying to do. And so far, he's doing a really blooming good job of it. If you check out YouTube, International Scale Modeler on YouTube, they interviewed Malcolm on Friday night last week, which was it's Monday the 26th, so that'll be 25th, 24th, Friday the 23rd. If you look for that episode on YouTube, there's an interview there with Malcolm, who set up Models for Heroes. Also, don't forget to check out Ultimate Modelling Products for all their airbrush thinners, airbrush cleaners, these awesomely wonderful sanding sticks. These are just great. I've got like loads of them now. I've just ordered some more. I've got shed loads, thinny sticks, all different grades. They work really, really well, really well. Good for getting away, find ejector pin marks and that kind of thing. So yeah, definitely check out Ultimate Modeling Products at umpretail.com. Check out my Facebook page, Black73 Cat Scale Models on Facebook, and on Instagram I am at Black73Cat_models. If you pop along there, there's loads of photographs of my builds and updates on what I'm doing and that kind of stuff. And pop in, say hello, and say you saw me on the YouTubes. So I hope this has turned out better. I hope the quality is all right. Sorry for the minor injury in process, but I hope that this video has been helpful if you were thinking about getting this kit, or maybe if you weren't even thinking about getting it. Maybe it's persuaded you that you want it. I think you should get it. It's awesome. Anyway, thanks so much, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Much appreciated. And hopefully I will be back very, very soon, and I will speak to you all again. So take care and happy modelling. Bye-bye.